think it's a major logistic challenge. I mean, we're talking about equipping the Ukrainians with enough weapons, small arms, artillery, vehicles, tanks for 1 million men, which is more than the whole of European NATO has under arms.
Reports that Ukraine is amassing a 1 million-strong fighting force equipped with Western weapons ready to take back its southern territory from Russia. Now, the claims were made by the country's defence minister, Oleksii Reznikov, who gave his first interview to a British newspaper, to The Times. Mr. Reznikov said President Zelensky had ordered Ukraine's military to retake occupied coastal areas, which are vital to the country's economy. Let's talk to Tim Ripley, weapons analyst at Jane's Intelligence Review. Tim, good evening to you.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, so that question, how seriously should we take those reports? Because on the one hand, it's tub-thumping, it's very good pro-Ukrainian propaganda, the idea of a 1 million men and women at arms compared to the Russian number, which won't be anything like that figure. But at the same time, the Russians are making slow but steady progress, and dislodging them from those southern areas is going to take, let me paraphrase from a former leader of Iraq, the mother of all battles.
Indeed. I mean, I think the Ukrainians are really talking about this being their ambition to have an army of 1 million men, and they're not talking about sending them all to one place. This will be the army that will defend the whole length of their front line, which is more than 2,000 kilometres long if you stretch it around from Kiev around to the south of the country. And it's a big piece of terrain, almost the size of Germany and France combined. So you need to have a big army if you're going to fight a war in that theatre of operations.
In the Times, the Defence Secretary of the Ukrainian, so Mr. Reznikov, said that Ben Wallace, our Defence Secretary, is playing a pretty key role, and the equipment that they need is NATO standard. But it's still taking a while for that equipment to come through, which is pretty shocking given that how long has this been going on? Since the 24th of February. Now, have the Western and the NATO allies delayed because they weren't sure whether the Ukrainians were really going to put up that much of a fight, which is why they held back?
Well, this is really, I'm not so sure about that, but I'm certainly thinking it's a major logistic challenge. I mean, we're talking about equipping the Ukrainians with enough weapons, small arms, artillery, vehicles, tanks for 1 million men, which is more than the whole of European NATO has under arms.
Yeah.
So this is a massive endeavour if they're going to arm them up to that level. So you're talking about the defence industries of the United States and Western Europe, producing vast amounts of equipment, and that is going to take months, maybe years. And on top of the equipment, you've got to provide the ammunition to fuel that firepower. You're talking about tens of thousands of shells being fired each day. So this is a major this is going to cost billions of pounds, and it's not something that the arms industry in Western Europe and North America has done for a very long time. So cranking the whole thing up is going to take months, maybe years.
Okay, Tim Ripley, weapons analyst at Jane's Intelligence Review. Thank you very much.